5 minutes.
I've been training to accomplish one task. A task not for the faint of heart. A task that requires day in and day out commitment. A task I've tried to meet countless times but keep failing. A task that requires patience.
Breaking 5 minutes in the mile. Now, I've been fighting this battle for some time. I'm 22 years old. I began running 11 months ago with no experience. I faced constant failures during my sub 5 mile attempt. After 1 month of running, for sure thought I could break it. Laced up my old, worn out shoes, looked online for how many laps were in a mile, walked on the track for the first time, and ran it in 6:50. This was discouraging, yet I knew I had to push forward. All the greats did, right?
About half a year later of training, I was ready to test my mile time again by signing up for a small race at my college. This is me walking up to my first actual race. I was so nervous I could barely breathe. I couldn't even tie a runner's knot, so my brother had to do it for me. Look at how scared I was. All I could feel was a surge of adrenaline that almost paralyzed me with fear. I thought I was gonna throw up from nervousness. Most of all, I felt like I didn't belong there. Like, who am I thinking I can compete against these runners? I'm not good enough. In spite of these thoughts, I got up and prepared myself. I took to the line, and off I was. Here I was running in the second lane for no reason. What was I doing? Here you can see the death on my face. And here you can see I was the only one on the ground panting for dear life. I ran it in 5:31. I was so disappointed in myself. For sure, I thought I had it this time, but reality made me realize I was still far from it. I felt like a complete fraud, a complete failure. Why am I even doing this? Why start now? Most people start in middle school, high school. You didn't. You don't have a coach. You're not on a track team. You can't do it. You won't do it. Your body's not even built like a runner. What am I even doing wrong? Why am I progressing so slowly? Why keep putting in all this training if I'm gonna end up failing again? I hate this feeling. These thoughts flooded my mind with doubt. Keep going, I thought. Keep going.
I then took the #1 recommended advice online for getting a faster mile time. Increase your mileage. I took this to the extreme. Went from averaging around 40 to 50 miles a week to averaging around 80. Overtraining to the max for the next 3 months.
3 months complete. I'm going to break the 5 minutes no matter what. Ran the mile, got a time of 5:20. I sunk into a deep pit. I didn't understand. I put in all those miles for 3 months straight and only improved my time by 10 seconds. I should quit. This is taking too long. This is too hard. I don't want this. I'm just not meant for running. My bulky body is not meant for distance running. No, I can't. I won't. I'm almost there. Don't quit. Don't quit. I flew to Ethiopia for a month, trained hard in the mountains, came back.
It's here, today's the day.
Here we go again. Mile time trial. I thought if I failed this time, I would just quit running completely. This time all my family was cheering me on. I had this. I knew I did. Here I felt so nervous because I just did a couple strides at sub 5 mile pace and it felt unbearably fast. This filled me with self-doubt. Forget those thoughts. I knew I could do it. My uncle paced me this time.
115.
Here's the last lap with my brother running on one side of me and my uncle on the other, both encouraging me to dig down and unleash whatever was inside me for this last lap. I finished with a 5:05. Alright, I thought. It was a good run, but I'm done. But wait, I felt something in me after this race that I've never felt before. Even though I failed to meet my goal, the encouragement of my family being there pushing me past mental barriers I put on myself was an amazing feeling. I started to realize where I was relative to where I started. Even though my expectations were never matched with reality for any of my time trials, I realized all these failures were making me a stronger person. Whether it be just realizing that failures and shortcomings are an inevitable part of the growing process, or just allowing me to adopt a skill that I never fully utilized before: patience. And, most importantly, learning to actually experience the process rather than always thinking about getting the end result or about why I don't have that end result yet. For the next couple months until now, I haven't stopped training, still going day in, day out. I will accomplish this feat. Since the 5:05 time, I've run 5:12, 5:11, and 5:09 times in that order, all failures. But to me, I now see these as temporary obstacles that will be overcome, that have made me stronger, regardless of the results.
This is me letting you guys into my Breaking5 journey, and I want all of you to join me on it. For the next 6 weeks, I will be documenting my journey to shed off those last 10 seconds off that I need to break 5. But this is not just a documenting of my journey. This is a call to action for anyone else trying to reach a goal that's been through a lot of downs, yet still continues to get out of bed and take one of the millions of steps that is required to reach those desired goals. Through this journey, I wish to establish a community that empowers one another, regardless of the goal or the starting point, and is not afraid to openly discuss failures rather than beating oneself up from them. I know, it's a lot easier said than done, but it is a journey. Okay. Will you join me in this journey?